political story that has surprised a lot of people across the UK. A by-election in Gorton and Denton has changed the mood in Westminster and raised serious questions for the government. Many expected the seat to stay with Labour, but the result was very different. The Green Party came out on top, Reform UK came second, and Labour dropped to third place. So in this discussion, we're going to break down what happened, why it happened, and what it might mean for the future of British politics. Let's get into it. Let's start with the big headline from this week. Many viewers at home might be wondering how a seat that was considered very safe for Labour suddenly ended up being won by another party. We've seen elections where results were close before, but this one really shocked a lot of political watchers. So let me ask you this first. What exactly happened in the Gorton and Denton by-election? And why is this result being talked about so much across the country?
The result was surprising because Gorton and Denton was expected to stay with Labour. In past elections, Labour had strong support in the area. But in this by-election, the Green Party won with 40.7% of the vote. Reform UK came second with 28.7% and Labour finished third with 25.4%. This matters because it shows that voters may be changing how they vote. When a party loses a seat that was considered safe, it raises questions about public trust and leadership. Many people now wonder if this is just one unusual result or a sign that politics in the UK is starting to shift in a bigger way.
Now let's talk about the area itself, because the constituency of Gorton and Denton is quite unusual. When people hear the name, they might think it's just one community, but actually it's made up of places with very different backgrounds, cultures, and economic situations. These differences can affect how people vote and what issues matter most to them. How did the makeup of the Gorton and Denton constituency play a role in the outcome of this election?
The constituency is a mix of two quite different areas. One side is Manchester, which is younger, more diverse, and has higher levels of poverty in some neighbourhoods. The other side is Tameside, which is older and has different economic conditions. Because these communities have different needs, they may look for different things from their Member of Parliament. Some voters might focus on jobs and the economy, while others care more about social issues or international topics. This mix made the election very competitive. Instead of one party having clear support across the whole area, votes were split, which helped the Green Party win.
Another interesting part of this story is how the campaign itself played out. In the beginning, many people thought Labour would win without too much trouble. But as the campaign went on, it started to look like a close race between different parties. There were strong messages, debates about important issues, and even some controversy along the way. What happened during the campaign that may have influenced voters and changed the final result?
During the campaign, different parties focused on different issues. The Green Party tried to connect with local communities and talk about topics that mattered to them, including international concerns and social issues. Reform UK focused on immigration and the economy. At the same time, Labour tried to defend the seat and warn voters about splitting the vote. But some campaign decisions did not go well for them. There were also reports about campaign materials that caused criticism. All of this made the election more competitive than expected and may have pushed some voters to look at other options.
Let's talk about the candidates themselves, because sometimes an election result is not only about the parties, but also about the people standing for them. Voters often want someone who understands their daily lives and challenges. In this election, the winning candidate had a background that many people found relatable. How important was the Green Party candidate in winning this election?
The candidate played a big role. Hannah Spencer, who won the seat, is known locally and has worked as a plumber. That kind of background helped her connect with voters who feel that politicians don't always understand their everyday struggles. People often respond well to candidates who seem genuine and close to their communities. Her campaign message was about representing ordinary working people in Parliament. That helped build trust with voters and likely contributed to the strong support she received.
Finally, let's look ahead, because one election result can sometimes change the direction of politics. We're already hearing questions about party leadership, future elections, and whether this could be the start of a bigger shift in the UK political landscape. What could this result mean for the main political parties and the future of elections in the UK?
This result could increase pressure on Labour's leadership, especially since the party lost a seat it was expected to hold. Some people inside the party may start discussing whether changes are needed before the next election. For the Greens, this win gives them more confidence and visibility in national politics. It shows they can win seats in places where people might not have expected it before. As for Reform UK, finishing second shows they have growing support, but it also raises questions about whether they can turn strong polling numbers into actual wins. Overall, this election suggests that UK politics may be becoming more competitive, with more parties gaining support from voters.
So that's the story behind the Gorton and Denton by-election, and why it has caught so much attention this week. A result like this reminds us that politics can change quickly, and that voters are always watching closely. Whether this becomes a turning point or just a one-off surprise, the next elections will be very important to watch. Thanks for joining us today. Stay with us for more updates and analysis on the biggest political stories shaping the UK right now.